Good morning, crime community. I'm changing courses here. I've been reading a book called Squeaky by Jess Bravin about Squeaky Fromme and the Manson trial. I've just about completed the whole book. I'm on the last chapter, chapter 13. I haven't finished reading it yet, but I'm going to talk a little bit about why I think it's amazing. Lynette was able to subpoena the President of the United States, Gerald Ford. While Charlie Manson couldn't subpoena Nixon, Charlie wanted to subpoena Nixon and the Pope. Relatively to the state of mind that he was in when he was supposedly suspected of shooting someone. But Lynette Squeaky Fromme, who acted alone with her own gun, was able to sequester the President of the United States during her trial. Lynn's attorney, in his closing argument, quotes William O. Douglas. Lynn standing in the corner finding about Atwa. That's why she went to court to talk about air, trees, water, and so on. And this is what William O. Douglas has talked about quoting in his last speech while he was still the longest running attorney, Supreme Court justice in the history of American jurisprudence, William O. Douglas. Lynette was able to subpoena him, get his opinion on air, tree, and water. And that's why the family went to court, because she wanted to try to talk to Charlie, and she wanted to talk about air, trees, and water. And she was able to subpoena the President of the United States to talk about her state of mind, because he saw the gun and he saw her face. So she was happily able to get him to subpoena. But Charlie wanted to subpoena Nixon and the Pope for destroying the country, and the Pope selling out the Catholics in America because they just turned over and rolled over to what was going on in Vietnam. So you can see why they were all the way they were. And it's beginning to make sense to me, but I'm going to just leave this for another day. And we'll read about Lynette's closing argument in her case against Gerald Ford up in Sacramento. She strapped a 9mm gun to her leg, and it was a World War I gun. I mean, the gun hadn't been shot in years. It wasn't chambered into the bullet. She didn't know how to chamber it and pull the gun all the way back to make it shoot, and she said it didn't go off. And so they were able to subpoena the president at least. Why couldn't Charlie subpoena the president? Do you have any idea? Why was Lynette Fromme able to subpoena the President of the United States? These are questions I can't answer. I'm not an attorney, but I'm going to continue reading about it. And her closing argument is really interesting. So maybe we'll get to that one day. Like and subscribe and share if you think there's any truth here. I'd love to earn your subscription.